Begin the knit face mask by having 2 layers of fabric folded together. Make sure that you have a directional print going the correct way, where the top edge of the fabric is going in the direction of the print so that you don't end up with upside down animals on your face mask. You can lay out and cut your fabric on grain along with the face mask however you'd like. Today I'm just going to be pinning it and then cutting around my edges. If it's easy for you to use a piece of chalk or a marking tool, you can do that. If you're going to do that, make sure that you have your fabric folded the other way so that you are marking on the wrong side. So in the event that you slip around a little bit while you're marking this, you don't see that on your face mask. Cutting with knits is a lot more challenging than cutting with wovens, so feel free to take your time and do what you need to do to make sure that you are cutting it out the way that you would like to. But also note that this pattern's pretty forgiving, so if you make a little bit of a mistake, it's no big deal. In addition to cutting these 2 pieces for the face mask, you will also need to cut a piece of 1 inch by 30 inch piece of Ponte knit. You can use a different type of knit fabric if you'd like. I just like the strength and structure of a Ponte knit. Your first sewing step is going to be stitching the lines that I just outlined with my fingers. So it's going to be those 2 curved edges. So with right sides together, we are going to be serging together the 2 pieces of fabric that you have cut. After you do the first side, you're going to serge the second side, and you are serging on a curve, so if you need to move slow and lift up the presser foot, feel free to. Clip your serge tails, and now we are going to make it so the 2 curved edges of the mask are kissing at the top and the bottom. This is going to be where your nose and chin are located, and then the folded edge are where your cheeks go. Now where my fingers are moving to are where we're going to be serging next, but we need to be leaving about 1/2 of an inch on all sides so that we have a way to turn the mask right side out, and also a place for the tie to go that goes over our head and the back of our neck. So I just like to kind of chain off a little bit before the end of the mask. Sometimes at the top I'll leave a 3/4 inch instead of 1/2 or 1/4 inch to make it really easy to turn the mask right side out. But again, you're just going to be making sure that your 2 serged edges are lining up for the most part. It's okay if they're a little bit off, and then just chain off before you get to the very end so that you have a little bit of an opening on all 4 edges. Go ahead and clip your serging tails and then find the opening that's the largest. And now you're going to be turning the mask right side out. This takes a little bit of wiggling, but because you've been working with the knit, it should come out pretty easily. I like to make sure that my edges have been rolled out, and once I have that together, I'm going to take a safety pin and put it through one of the edges, the short edges of my tie, and then wrap it around going from bottom to top, and then over like a rainbow to the other top edge through the bottom. And then you can either roughly and loosely tie a knot so that you can fit it on yourself. You can also put it on your face and then readjust it, seeing that the top of the mask goes on the top of your head, or the top of the band rather, and then you can tighten around your neck. If you're making this for someone else, you can go ahead and finish the raw edges of the knit band by doing a twice turn and then stitching. Now this is important if somebody else is going to be wearing this, so that that band doesn't go through the opening of the mask. It can slide out really easily, but if you do this twice turned, it becomes too large to go through the holes. And you can just clip your threads and then make sure that your bands are not going through the holes. You've now completed a knit face mask.